Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the stress of daily life? Do you sometimes wonder how to heal your mind and body without relying on medications? What if I told you that you already have the power to heal naturally using the ancient wisdom of Buddhism? Imagine feeling more peaceful, balanced, and healthier, all by simply understanding your inner self. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget that true healing comes from within. We're often told to look outside ourselves for solutions, whether it's a pill, a quick fix, or the next trendy health hack. But have you ever stopped to think about the natural resources you already have inside? What if the answers lie in your mindset, your emotions, and your connection to the world around you? Let me share a simple example with you. Picture a calm lake. When the water is still, you can see your reflection clearly. But when there's a storm, the surface becomes turbulent, and it's hard to see anything at all. Your mind is like that lake. When you create stillness and clarity within, your body responds. The teachings of Buddhism help us create this inner stillness, allowing healing to happen naturally. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we dive deep into the power of natural healing through the profound teachings of Buddhism. If you've been struggling with emotional or physical issues, or just want to learn how to live a more peaceful and balanced life, you're in the right place. Throughout this video, we will uncover simple yet powerful Buddhist practices that can help you heal and transform your life. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% of viewers subscribe. So, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. We want to continue bringing you valuable content to guide you on your healing journey. Stay with us, and let's explore how Buddhism can help you heal naturally. Now, let's begin our exploration of the powerful ways Buddhism can guide us toward true health, peace, and well-being. Understanding the mind-body connection in healing. The body and mind are not separate. They are intertwined in ways we often fail to realize. Our thoughts and emotions have a direct impact on our physical health, and likewise, the state of our body influences our mental clarity and emotional well-being. This is the core of Buddhist philosophy. The mind and body are not two distinct entities, but rather part of a unified whole. Buddhism teaches us that the mind is the root of all suffering and healing. In the Buddhist worldview, everything starts with the mind. It's not just about the physical body, but how we perceive the world and how our thoughts shape our experiences. If our mind is restless, anxious, or filled with negative thoughts, it can create a ripple effect throughout the body, leading to stress, illness, or discomfort. On the other hand, when the mind is calm, clear, and positive, it has a profound effect on the body's health and vitality. Think about it this way. When you're stressed or anxious, your body reacts. Your muscles tighten, your heart rate increases, and you may even experience headaches or stomach discomfort. This is your body's way of telling you that your mind is out of balance. But when you take a moment to breathe deeply, to calm your mind, and to focus on the present moment, your body begins to relax. Your muscles loosen, your heart rate stabilizes, and you begin to feel more at ease. This is the mind-body connection at work. The Buddha, more than 2,500 years ago, understood this connection well. He taught that by cultivating mindfulness, meditation, and awareness, we could begin to heal not just our minds, but our bodies as well. The path to healing starts with recognizing the power of the mind. Our thoughts shape our reality. If our thoughts are filled with fear, anger, or resentment, we create an environment in our bodies where disease and discomfort can thrive. But when we cultivate positive thoughts, thoughts of peace, love, and compassion, we create an environment where health and healing can flourish. To truly understand the mind-body connection, we must first acknowledge how our thoughts shape our physical reality. When we are consumed by negative emotions such as anger, jealousy, or fear, our body reflects these emotions. For example, when we hold on to anger, it can cause tension in our body, leading to headaches, muscle aches, or even digestive problems. Negative emotions like fear and anxiety can increase our stress hormones, making our heart rate rise and breathing shallow. Over time, if we don't address these emotions, they can contribute to more serious health issues, both physically and emotionally. Buddhism teaches that by cultivating mindfulness, we can begin to break free from the grip of negative emotions. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of our thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we begin to notice the patterns of our thoughts and emotions. We become aware of when our minds are filled with negativity or stress, and we learn how to redirect our thoughts toward peace and balance. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools in Buddhist practice to heal both the mind and body. When we meditate, we bring our attention inward. We focus on our breath, letting go of the clutter of our thoughts and returning to the present moment. As we meditate regularly, we begin to create new neural pathways in our brain, strengthening our ability to remain calm and focused even in stressful situations. This has a profound impact on our physical health, as the practice of meditation lowers stress levels, reduces inflammation in the body, and boosts the immune system. You might wonder, how can simply sitting in stillness help improve our health? The answer lies in the power of the mind to influence the body. When we meditate, we enter a state of deep relaxation, where the body can begin to heal itself. Meditation lowers the levels of stress hormones like cortisol, which, when elevated for long periods, can contribute to many health problems. As we reduce stress, our body shifts from the fight-or-flight response to the rest and digest state, allowing our body to repair and rejuvenate itself. One of the most important teachings of Buddhism is the concept of interdependence, or pratityasamutpada. This idea emphasizes that all things are interconnected, and that every thought, action, or event is linked to something else. In the context of healing, this means that our mind and body are not separate entities, but are part of a larger system that influences and affects each other. When we recognize this interconnectedness, we begin to take responsibility for both our mental and physical well-being. Healing is not just about treating the body, but also about cultivating a peaceful and balanced mind. When we heal the mind, the body follows. But it's not always easy. We live in a world that constantly pulls us in different directions: work stress, family responsibilities, financial pressures, and more. These distractions can cloud our minds and create disharmony within our bodies. However, by practicing mindfulness and meditation, we can begin to shift our focus inward and reconnect with the natural healing energy that exists within us all. Buddhist practices like mindfulness and meditation help us create space between our thoughts and reactions. When we become more aware of our thoughts, we can begin to choose how we respond to situations, rather than reacting automatically. This shift in perspective has a profound impact on our mental and physical health. By becoming more mindful, we begin to cultivate a deeper sense of peace, contentment, and self-awareness, which in turn promotes healing. Healing is a lifelong journey. It's not about achieving perfection, but about making progress every day. By embracing the mind-body connection and following the wisdom of Buddhism, we can begin to heal ourselves naturally, in ways that are both powerful and transformative. Whether you are struggling with physical pain, emotional turmoil, or mental stress, know that healing is possible. It starts with your mind. It starts with you. Buddhist teachings on mindfulness for emotional balance. Imagine for a moment you are sitting by a river. The water flows smoothly, and everything is calm. As you watch, you notice how the water reflects the sky perfectly, without any disturbances. This is what mindfulness can bring to your life. A calm mind that reflects your emotions without distortion, allowing you to experience peace amidst the chaos of everyday life. Mindfulness is at the core of Buddhist teachings. It's not just a practice, it's a way of life. In Buddhism, mindfulness means paying full attention to the present moment, without judgment, without distraction. It's the ability to observe your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without getting caught up in them. When you practice mindfulness, you create space between yourself and your emotions, giving you the power to choose how to respond instead of reacting automatically. But how does mindfulness help with emotional balance? Life is full of emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear, and everything in between. Sometimes, these emotions can feel overwhelming. We might react impulsively, say things we don't mean, or even make decisions that we later regret. The key is learning how to understand and manage these emotions rather than being swept away by them. Buddhism teaches that emotions are like clouds in the sky, temporary, constantly shifting, and not permanent parts of who we are. Just like the sky remains unchanged no matter how many clouds pass through, our true nature is unshaken by the emotions that arise in us. With mindfulness, we can learn to watch our emotions rise and fall, without becoming attached to them. This allows us to maintain emotional balance, even when life is challenging. Let's take an example from daily life. Have you ever felt angry or upset by something someone said or did? It's easy to get caught up in those feelings and react without thinking. But mindfulness teaches us to pause for a moment before reacting. When you feel anger rising, you can observe it. I feel angry right now, without letting that anger control your actions. You can then choose how to respond, whether it's taking a deep breath, walking away, or addressing the issue calmly. In this way, mindfulness helps you take control of your emotions rather than letting them control you. Buddhism also teaches us to practice mindfulness through our daily activities. It's not just about sitting in meditation. Mindfulness can be incorporated into everything you do. Whether you're washing dishes, walking, or eating, you can bring your full attention to the task at hand. For example, when you eat, instead of rushing through the meal while distracted by thoughts or devices, you can focus on the taste, texture, and smell of your food. You can savor each bite, truly experiencing the moment. This practice helps you slow down, reduce stress, and develop a deeper connection to the present moment. When you start to bring mindfulness into your life, you'll notice a shift in how you feel. You may find that you are more patient with yourself and others, less reactive, and better able to handle stress. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to stay centered in the midst of emotional storms. One of the most powerful aspects of mindfulness is that it helps you become aware of your thoughts. In Buddhism, there is a saying, "You are what you think." Our thoughts shape our reality. If we constantly think negative thoughts about ourselves or others, it affects how we feel and act. But mindfulness allows us to observe these thoughts without identifying with them. When you become aware of your thoughts, you can question them. Are they true? Are they helpful? Are they just passing clouds? Or do they need to be acted upon? This awareness helps you take control of your mental and emotional state, empowering you to choose thoughts that align with peace and harmony. Another aspect of mindfulness that is essential for emotional balance is cultivating compassion. Buddhism teaches that compassion is key to understanding others and ourselves. When we are mindful, we begin to notice the suffering of others, and we can respond with kindness and empathy. Similarly, we learn to extend compassion to ourselves when we make mistakes or face challenges. Instead of being harsh or critical, we learn to treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a friend. In Buddhist meditation practices, mindfulness is often paired with breath awareness. The breath is a powerful anchor that can bring us back to the present moment whenever our minds wander. By focusing on the breath, we can ground ourselves in the here and now, helping to calm the mind and regulate our emotions. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by stress or anxiety, taking a few deep breaths can help bring you back to a place of peace. This simple practice is an accessible tool that anyone can use anywhere, at any time. As you begin to integrate mindfulness into your life, it's important to be patient with yourself. It takes time and practice to build a mindful approach to life, and it's okay to make mistakes along the way. What matters is that you keep coming back to the present moment again and again. Each time you practice mindfulness, you're training your mind to be more aware, more balanced, and more peaceful. In the end, mindfulness is a way to live fully, with intention and presence. It's about finding peace in the midst of a busy world, about learning to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. When you develop mindfulness, you're not just managing your emotions, you're transforming the way you experience life itself. Incorporating mindfulness into your life doesn't mean eliminating stress or difficult emotions entirely. It means learning how to navigate them with greater ease and clarity. It means recognizing that you have the ability to heal your own emotional wounds simply by being present with your thoughts and feelings and by choosing to act with wisdom and compassion. So, next time you feel overwhelmed by your emotions, try pausing for a moment. Take a deep breath, observe what's happening within you, and remember, just like the river or the sky, your emotions are temporary. They will pass. And with mindfulness, you can maintain your peace, no matter what comes your way. The power of compassion in healing yourself and others. Compassion. What does that word mean to you? For most of us, compassion is something we feel for others when they are suffering or in need. But do we ever show the same level of compassion toward ourselves? Imagine you have a friend who is going through a tough time. You'd listen to them, offer kind words, and support them in every way you can. But how often do you offer yourself that same kindness when you're struggling? In Buddhist teachings, compassion is not just an emotion we feel for others. It is a way of being. It is an active practice that heals not only those we direct it toward, but also ourselves. This deep, unconditional love and understanding have the power to transform not just the lives of others, but our own life as well. Let's start with understanding compassion from a deeper perspective. Compassion, in its purest form, is the wish for others to be free from suffering. It is about seeing someone's pain without judgment, acknowledging it, and responding with kindness. In Buddhism, compassion, known as karuna, is one of the four noble qualities to develop, along with loving kindness, joy, and equanimity. These qualities help us create a more peaceful and harmonious world. When we practice compassion, we are also practicing healing. It may seem simple, but how often do we rush through our days without truly noticing the suffering around us or even the suffering within us? Every person we meet carries some form of pain, some struggle that is invisible. Compassion allows us to pause, reflect, and offer love, not just to others, but also to ourselves. When we treat ourselves with compassion, we stop criticizing and judging ourselves harshly. Instead, we begin to heal the wounds we've carried for years, wounds that may have been caused by past experiences, unkind words, or even our own negative self-talk. By embracing compassion, we begin to create a space where healing can occur, both in our minds and in our bodies. Take a moment to think about the last time you were kind to yourself. Did you allow yourself to rest when you were tired? Did you forgive yourself for a mistake? Or did you push through, ignoring your needs, because you felt you had to be strong? Compassion invites us to stop and listen to our own needs. It teaches us to treat ourselves with the same understanding we would show to a close friend. When you show yourself compassion, you are honoring your body and your mind. When we speak of healing in Buddhist terms, we often talk about the importance of letting go. Letting go of our past, our regrets, and our fears. Compassion is the key to this release. When we embrace compassion, we begin to see that we are not defined by our past mistakes or our struggles. Compassion reminds us that we are human, imperfect, but worthy of love, healing, and peace. This shift in mindset is where true healing begins. Let's consider the power of compassion in our relationships. How many times have you been in a conflict with someone, only to realize later that both sides were suffering in different ways? By practicing compassion in these moments, we can approach others with understanding, rather than reacting with anger or frustration. Compassion opens the door to deeper connections and helps us let go of the ego that often clouds our judgment. When we offer compassion to others, we create an environment where healing can happen for both parties. And in doing so, we heal ourselves too. One of the beautiful aspects of compassion is that it is limitless. It doesn't run out. The more compassion we give, the more we receive. And when we show compassion, we become like a mirror reflecting the kindness and love of the world around us. This ripple effect creates a cycle of healing, both internally and externally. Now, let's talk about how we can apply compassion in our daily lives. The first step is to become aware of our thoughts. How do you talk to yourself when you make a mistake or face a challenge? Are you harsh with yourself? Are you quick to judge? Buddhist practice invites us to be gentle with our thoughts. When we catch ourselves in negative self-talk, we can pause and replace those thoughts with words of kindness. This simple practice of awareness and gentle correction can lead to profound healing over time. Another powerful way to practice compassion is through meditation. In Buddhism, there is a practice called metta-bhavana, or loving-kindness meditation. This meditation involves silently repeating phrases like, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be safe," "May I live with ease." Then, we extend these wishes to others, including loved ones, acquaintances, and even those with whom we have difficulty. This simple practice opens our hearts and helps us foster a compassionate mindset in all aspects of our lives. Through meditation, we create space to heal emotionally, and we also give ourselves permission to feel compassion toward others. As we practice compassion, we begin to notice its effects on our physical health. Research has shown that compassionate people tend to experience lower levels of stress, reduced blood pressure, and better immune function. Why? Because compassion helps us release tension and anger, which are often the root causes of illness. By learning to let go of negative emotions, we create a healthier body and mind. And it's not just about compassion for others, it's about self-compassion too. When you are kind to yourself, you reduce your own stress levels and give your body the chance to heal. It is not selfish to care for yourself. In fact, it is essential for your own well-being. When you take the time to nurture yourself, both physically and emotionally, you build the foundation for a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Buddhism teaches us that all beings are interconnected. This means that when we heal ourselves, we also contribute to the healing of others. By nurturing our own well-being, we are creating a positive environment that ripples out into the world. So, every act of compassion, no matter how small, has a profound impact. And every time you choose to be kind to yourself, you are contributing to the greater healing of the world. In conclusion, compassion is not just a feeling. It is a transformative practice that can heal you from the inside out. By embracing compassion toward yourself and others, you begin to cultivate peace, balance, and joy. Healing is a journey, and compassion is one of the most powerful tools you can use to guide yourself along the way. So, the next time you find yourself struggling, remember that compassion has the power to heal, not just your body, but your mind, your spirit, and your life. As you walk this path of healing, remember, you are worthy of love, you are worthy of healing, and you are worthy of compassion. Start by offering that love and compassion to yourself, and watch how it transforms every aspect of your life. Meditation techniques to awaken inner peace. Let us begin by acknowledging something simple yet profound. Within you, there is an inherent calmness waiting to be discovered. It's like a quiet room that's been hidden behind the noise of your thoughts and worries. The practice of meditation, as taught in Buddhism, is the key to opening the door to this inner peace. It's a gentle, yet powerful way to bring balance to your mind, body, and spirit. Have you ever noticed how the world feels chaotic, especially when your mind is in turmoil? The constant chatter, the rushing thoughts, and the never-ending to-do lists. It's easy to get lost in this whirlwind. But when you take a moment to sit still, you can start to quiet those noises and reconnect with your true self. Meditation is not about escaping life or ignoring your problems. It's about creating space to process, understand, and find clarity in the midst of it all. So, how do we meditate? It doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, simplicity is the key. To start, find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably, without distractions. Close your eyes gently and take a few deep breaths. As you breathe in, feel the air filling your lungs. As you breathe out, imagine letting go of any tension in your body. This is the beginning of meditation, the act of bringing your attention to the present moment, away from the busy noise of the outside world. As you sit, you might notice your thoughts trying to pull you in different directions. This is completely normal. The mind is like a monkey, jumping from thought to thought. Don't try to force the thoughts away. Instead, acknowledge them, and then gently bring your attention back to your breath. Focus on the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. It's in this act of gently returning your focus that you cultivate mindfulness, the core of meditation. In Buddhism, we often talk about the practice of mindful breathing. This simple technique can bring tremendous peace and clarity to your life. By focusing on your breath, you allow your mind to anchor itself to the present moment, breaking the cycle of worry about the future or regret about the past. With every breath, you are letting go of what is not serving you, and you are connecting with the stillness within. But meditation is not just about breathing. Another powerful meditation technique is body scanning. This is where you slowly bring your attention to each part of your body, starting from your toes and moving upwards. As you focus on each area, notice any tension or discomfort you may be holding. Gently breathe into that space, and as you exhale, imagine the tension melting away. This practice helps you become more aware of where you are holding stress, both physically and emotionally, and allows you to release it. There is also the practice of loving-kindness meditation, or metta. This technique helps cultivate feelings of love and compassion, not only for others but for yourself as well. To practice loving-kindness, you begin by silently repeating phrases like, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be at peace." Then, gradually, you extend these wishes to others. May my family be happy. May my friends be healthy. May all beings be at peace. This meditation creates an emotional shift, promoting feelings of warmth and compassion that can heal emotional wounds. A more advanced meditation technique in Buddhism is the practice of Zen meditation, or Zazen. In this practice, you sit in a comfortable, yet attentive posture, focusing on your breath or on the sound of a simple mantra. The purpose of Zazen is to experience just sitting, where you let go of all goals, expectations, and thoughts, and simply be present. It's a practice of being without attachment, allowing you to experience peace beyond words and concepts. Another technique that can help awaken inner peace is walking meditation. This might sound surprising, but walking can be as meditative as sitting. The key is to pay attention to each step, feeling the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your body moving. In Buddhism, we see walking meditation as a way to ground ourselves and bring awareness to the moment, even while in motion. It's a perfect practice for those who find it difficult to sit still for long periods. Sometimes, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by life. Meditation can help create space between you and your emotions, giving you the opportunity to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This space is where you find clarity, where you reconnect with your inner strength, and where healing happens. When you meditate regularly, you start to notice small changes in how you perceive the world. You become less reactive, more calm, and more accepting of yourself and others. The busy thoughts that once controlled your mind begin to quiet down. You start to realize that you don't need to hold on to every thought, that you can simply let them come and go, like clouds passing through the sky. Meditation also has physical benefits. By calming the mind, you reduce stress and lower cortisol levels in your body. This creates a ripple effect, improving your overall health. Research has shown that regular meditation can reduce blood pressure, improve sleep quality, and even boost the immune system. When you meditate, you're not just healing your mind, you're healing your entire body. In Buddhism, meditation is seen as a way to cultivate wisdom. It's a tool that helps you see the world more clearly and make decisions from a place of balance and insight. It's about learning to be present with your emotions without being controlled by them. It's about seeing things as they truly are, free from judgment or attachment. But remember, meditation is not a race. It's not about how long you meditate or how quickly you can calm your mind. It's about creating a consistent practice that works for you, one moment of peace at a time. Some days, you may sit for just 5 minutes, and other days, you may meditate for longer. The key is to be gentle with yourself, knowing that each moment of meditation is a step toward greater peace and healing. As you continue to practice meditation, you'll find that it becomes a natural part of your daily life. You might start your day with a few minutes of mindful breathing, or end your evening with a session of loving-kindness meditation. These small moments of stillness create a foundation for peace that carries with you throughout the day, no matter what challenges arise. Finally, remember that meditation is not a one-size-fits-all practice. It's about finding what resonates with you, what brings you the most peace. Whether you meditate for 5 minutes or an hour, whether you focus on your breath or a mantra, the goal is the same: to awaken the deep, healing peace that resides within you. When you cultivate this inner peace, you start to heal on a deeper level. You may notice that stress and anxiety lose their grip on you. You may find that you handle challenges with more grace and patience. And most importantly, you may discover that the peace you've been searching for has always been within you, just waiting to be awakened. So, take a deep breath and know that every moment you spend meditating brings you one step closer to a life of inner peace and natural healing. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. It's not about achieving something. It's about letting go of everything that no longer serves you. Through meditation, you can awaken your inner peace and heal yourself naturally. The role of karma and healing, letting go of negative cycles. Karma is a word many of us have heard before, but do we truly understand its power in our lives? Karma isn't just about what we experience now, but how we shape our future. It's the law of cause and effect. Everything we do, think, and say creates an impact. This impact doesn't only affect others, it also affects us. The way we treat ourselves and the world around us plays a significant role in our healing process. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you found yourself trapped in a cycle of negativity? Maybe you've felt stuck, caught in situations that repeat themselves. Perhaps you've experienced emotional wounds that never seem to fully heal. These cycles often arise because we don't understand the role of karma in our healing. We continue to create causes that lead to the same effects over and over again, without realizing that we can break free. Buddhism teaches us that karma is not a punishment, but a natural law. It's not about someone making us suffer. Instead, it's a reminder that our actions, both good and bad, have consequences. So, if we want to heal, we must understand the power of our past actions and how we can shape our future by letting go of negativity. This means making conscious choices in our thoughts, words, and actions that lead us to peace and healing. Let's take a deeper look at how karma works. Imagine you're holding onto a heavy backpack full of stones. Each stone represents a negative action, thought, or emotion from your past. You carry these stones with you, day after day, adding more as you go. Over time, this weight becomes unbearable, and it feels like you're constantly carrying this burden. This is what happens when we don't address our karma. The negative actions from our past, whether they were directed at others or ourselves, accumulate, and they affect our present and future. But here's the good news. You have the power to release these stones. By understanding and acknowledging the karma you've created, you can begin to let go of these burdens and heal. The first step is recognizing that you don't need to carry this weight any longer. You can choose to release it. And this doesn't just mean forgiving others. It also means forgiving yourself. In Buddhism, one of the key teachings is that suffering is part of life, but it doesn't need to define us. Suffering arises from attachment, desire, and ignorance. But by understanding the true nature of karma, we can choose to break free from these attachments. Healing, therefore, is not about removing the pain entirely, but about changing our relationship to it. When we stop holding on to the past, when we stop identifying ourselves with the hurt or mistakes, we start to free ourselves. Consider the story of the Buddha. He was born into a life of luxury and comfort, but he soon realized that suffering was inevitable. He saw the elderly, the sick, and the dead, and he was deeply disturbed. He understood that no matter how much wealth or power we have, suffering is something we cannot avoid. But through his understanding of karma, he also learned that we can change the way we respond to suffering. We don't need to let it control us. We can choose to heal by letting go of negative actions and thoughts that perpetuate suffering. This process of letting go is key to healing. By taking responsibility for our actions, we create the opportunity to heal from them. We are not bound by the past. Each day, each moment, is a new chance to start fresh. The past does not define who we are now. Healing, then, is a process of breaking free from the chains of past karma and moving forward with a new mindset. One of the most powerful ways to release negative karma is through the practice of mindfulness. When we become aware of our thoughts, we start to notice the patterns that have been formed by our past actions. This awareness allows us to break free from those old habits. Mindfulness brings us into the present moment, where we are no longer weighed down by the past or anxious about the future. By staying in the present, we can begin to make new choices that promote healing and well-being. The next step in healing is compassion for ourselves and others. Buddhism teaches us that compassion is not just about being kind to others, but also about being kind to ourselves. When we are hard on ourselves for past mistakes, we continue to carry the weight of those actions. By offering ourselves compassion, we release the grip that guilt and regret have on us. We recognize that we are human and we make mistakes. But those mistakes don't have to define us. Compassion allows us to forgive ourselves and others, creating space for healing to take place. It's important to remember that healing through karma is not an overnight process. It's something that takes time, patience, and consistent effort. It's a journey, not a destination. And during this journey, we must be gentle with ourselves. We may slip up, and that's okay. The important thing is to recognize the moment, learn from it, and continue on the path of healing. Buddhism offers several practices to help us navigate this healing journey. One of these practices is meditation. Meditation allows us to quiet the mind, reflect on our past actions, and see them from a place of detachment. It's like sitting by the side of a river, watching the water flow by without becoming caught in it. Through meditation, we can observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, creating space to release old karma and make way for healing. Another practice is the act of forgiveness. Forgiveness is essential to healing from the negative cycles of karma. By forgiving others, we free ourselves from the chains of resentment and anger. And by forgiving ourselves, we release the guilt and shame that weigh us down. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior. It means letting go of the attachment to the pain caused by that behavior. So, how do we start to heal from karma? The first step is to acknowledge it. Recognize the ways in which your actions, thoughts, and words have shaped your current reality. Take responsibility for them, and then let go. Release the negative patterns that no longer serve you. Embrace mindfulness, compassion, and forgiveness as part of your daily practice. And most importantly, understand that healing is not about perfection. It's about progress. As we begin to release the grip of negative karma, we create space for new, positive actions to take root. Each day becomes a fresh opportunity to choose love, kindness, and peace. The more we cultivate these qualities, the more our future becomes a reflection of these positive actions. Healing through karma is a powerful journey of self-discovery. It requires courage to face the past, but it also offers immense rewards, freedom, peace, and a sense of balance. By understanding the role of karma and letting go of negative cycles, you can begin to heal in ways you never thought possible. The road may not always be easy, but it is worth it. Natural remedies and holistic practices in Buddhist tradition. In the Buddhist tradition, healing isn't just about fixing physical symptoms or addressing one particular problem. It's about understanding that health and wellness come from a holistic approach, a balance of body, mind, and spirit. Nature, in its purest form, is the source of many remedies, and Buddhism has long recognized the healing potential of simple, natural practices. In this part, we will explore the timeless natural remedies and holistic practices from Buddhism that can support your healing journey. Buddhism teaches us that the human body is deeply connected to nature, and that by aligning ourselves with the rhythms of the earth, we can achieve harmony and healing. The practices of meditation, mindfulness, and breathwork, for instance, help to create a profound sense of peace that directly impacts our physical health. These practices are rooted in the understanding that our minds and bodies are interconnected. If our minds are filled with stress, fear, or negativity, it will eventually manifest in our physical health. But if we nurture the mind with positive, healing thoughts, our bodies will respond accordingly. One of the simplest and most profound natural remedies in Buddhism is mindfulness meditation. This practice involves being fully present in the moment, paying attention to your thoughts, your breath, and the sensations within your body. When you practice mindfulness, you begin to observe your mental patterns, your stress triggers, your worries, and your anxieties without judgment. Over time, this awareness helps reduce the emotional burden that leads to physical ailments like headaches, digestive issues, or fatigue. By simply being aware of the present moment, you can allow your body to heal and restore itself. In addition to mindfulness, Buddhist teachings encourage the practice of breathwork, or pranayama. The breath is considered the bridge between the body and mind. When we breathe deeply and slowly, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the body and reduces stress. Deep breathing also increases the flow of oxygen to our organs and tissues, which supports physical healing. In Buddhism, the breath is a tool for cultivating mental clarity and emotional balance. By focusing on your breath during meditation or even in your everyday life, you can reduce stress, improve your immune system, and enhance overall vitality. Another natural remedy that plays a central role in Buddhist healing is the practice of self-compassion. Buddhist teachings emphasize that self-compassion is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful tool for healing. Many of us are too harsh on ourselves, especially when we are struggling with health issues. We criticize our bodies, feel frustrated with our progress, or compare ourselves to others. But Buddhism reminds us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer to a close friend. By practicing self-compassion, we reduce the stress and negative emotions that can cause illness. This practice is simple but incredibly effective. By nurturing your body and mind with compassion, you allow them to heal naturally. Herbal remedies and teas are also deeply rooted in Buddhist tradition. While Buddhism doesn't prescribe specific herbs or remedies, it acknowledges the power of natural plants and roots for healing. For example, ginger, turmeric, and green tea are frequently used in Buddhist cultures for their anti-inflammatory properties and their ability to support digestion and circulation. In Buddhist monasteries, monks often drink herbal teas to support their mental clarity and physical health. These teas are a simple, soothing way to nourish the body, calm the mind, and promote wellness. Diet plays a significant role in Buddhist healing practices. Many Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of a vegetarian or plant-based diet, which is seen as not only beneficial for your health, but also for the well-being of animals and the planet. By choosing a diet that is rich in fresh vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, you are nourishing both your body and your soul. Buddhism encourages mindful eating, taking the time to savor your food, being grateful for what you have, and eating in moderation. This simple act of mindful eating can improve digestion, enhance energy levels, and promote long-term health. But healing in Buddhism is not just about what we put into our bodies. It's also about what we remove, both physically and mentally. Buddhist teachings encourage us to detoxify our lives by letting go of negative emotions, unhealthy attachments, and harmful habits. The act of releasing emotional baggage, whether it's through forgiveness, meditation, or reflection, can have a profound impact on your physical health. Letting go of fear, anger, and resentment reduces stress, lowers inflammation, and improves heart health. Likewise, practicing physical detoxification through simple methods like drinking plenty of water or engaging in gentle exercise, such as walking or yoga, can help cleanse the body of toxins and promote overall well-being. Buddhism also teaches us to connect with the healing powers of nature. In traditional Buddhist cultures, monks and practitioners often spend time in nature, meditating in serene forests, mountains, or near rivers. The natural world is seen as a sacred space where we can connect with the Earth's energies, recharge, and restore our balance. In modern times, even if you live in a city, you can still find ways to connect with nature. Whether it's walking barefoot on the grass, sitting by a window with a view of the trees, or gardening, these small acts of connecting with nature can bring immense healing to both your mind and body. Moreover, physical practices such as Tai Chi and Qigong, though not strictly Buddhist, are deeply influenced by Buddhist principles. These ancient exercises involve slow, deliberate movements that focus on breath, balance, and energy flow. Tai Chi, for example, is often described as moving meditation. By practicing these gentle movements, you can improve flexibility, reduce stress, and enhance overall vitality. These practices also help to balance the body's energy, or qi, which is believed to be essential for maintaining good health. Buddhism reminds us that the journey to healing is not about seeking perfection, but about creating harmony. There is no quick fix or magic cure. It's about finding balance, cultivating patience, and embracing the process of healing with kindness. Each step you take toward healing is a step toward understanding yourself more deeply. The more you cultivate a healing mindset through Buddhist practices, the more naturally your body and mind will align toward wellness. In conclusion, the natural remedies and holistic practices in Buddhism are about creating a balanced, peaceful relationship with your body, mind, and the world around you. By embracing mindfulness, breathwork, self-compassion, natural herbs, and connecting with nature, you can experience a deeper, more sustainable healing. These practices are not about instant results, but about nurturing yourself in a way that leads to long-term health, peace, and well-being. Embrace the simplicity and power of these teachings, and allow yourself to heal naturally, just as nature intended. The importance of forgiveness in emotional and physical well-being. Forgiveness. It's a word we hear often, but do we truly understand what it means? It's more than just letting go of anger or saying, "It's okay, I forgive you." In the teachings of Buddhism, forgiveness is a deep, powerful practice that goes far beyond mere words. It is a process of healing not just for the person we forgive, but also for ourselves. In our daily lives, we often hold on to grudges, resentment, and anger. These negative emotions can weigh us down, affecting not only our mental and emotional well-being, but also our physical health. Think about it for a moment. When you're angry or upset, how does your body feel? Tense? Stressed? Perhaps your heart races or your stomach churns. That's because emotions are not just thoughts in our minds. They affect us on a deeper, physical level. Buddhism teaches us that forgiveness is not for the person who wronged us, but for ourselves. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the burden of holding on to negative emotions. It's like releasing a heavy weight from our hearts and minds. The act of forgiveness is a way to cut the chains that bind us to the past, allowing us to move forward with more peace and freedom. But forgiveness is not always easy. It's natural to feel hurt, betrayed, or disappointed when others wrong us. These feelings are valid, and it's important to acknowledge them. However, staying stuck in these emotions can cause harm to ourselves, not the person we're upset with. Forgiveness doesn't mean we excuse the hurtful actions or forget what happened. It means we choose to stop allowing those actions to control our emotions and lives. By forgiving, we take back our power. The Buddha often spoke about the importance of letting go. In one of his most famous teachings, he said, "Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Holding on to anger is like poisoning ourselves. It eats away at us, leaving us feeling drained, frustrated, and helpless. Forgiveness is the antidote. It releases us from the poison of anger, bitterness, and resentment. But how do we begin the process of forgiveness? It starts with understanding that we are all human, and we all make mistakes. The person who hurt you, just like you, is imperfect. They may have acted out of ignorance, fear, or pain. Recognizing this helps us cultivate compassion, both for ourselves and others. When we forgive, we are not excusing the wrong, but we are choosing to heal ourselves and release the negative emotions attached to that event. One simple practice in Buddhism to cultivate forgiveness is the metta-bhavana meditation, or the practice of loving kindness. In this meditation, you send out feelings of love and compassion toward yourself, then to others, starting with loved ones, then to acquaintances, and eventually to those with whom you may have conflict. It can feel challenging at first, especially when sending love to someone who has hurt you. But over time, this practice helps soften your heart and creates space for forgiveness to grow. In addition to metta, another helpful Buddhist teaching on forgiveness comes from the concept of impermanence, the idea that nothing lasts forever. The anger or pain you feel today may feel overwhelming, but it will not last. Just as the seasons change, so too do our emotions. The key is to remember that this moment is temporary. By forgiving, we are not only freeing ourselves from the past, but also allowing ourselves to experience a brighter future. Forgiveness also has a profound impact on our physical health. When we hold on to negative emotions, we create tension in our bodies. This tension can manifest in various ways, such as headaches, back pain, stomach issues, or even chronic conditions like high blood pressure. Forgiveness releases that tension, allowing the body to relax and heal. Think of it as untangling a knot in your muscles. When you forgive, you loosen that knot and allow the energy to flow freely again. In fact, studies have shown that people who practice forgiveness experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. They also have better immune function and a lower risk of heart disease. When we forgive, we are not just improving our emotional state, but our physical health as well. It's important to note that forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. Sometimes, it's healthier to forgive someone and move on without maintaining a relationship with them. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the emotional burden, not necessarily about rekindling a relationship. You can forgive someone and still choose to protect yourself from further harm. It's a personal choice, and it's okay to set boundaries. As we forgive, we also begin to see the world through the lens of compassion. We understand that everyone is struggling in some way, and everyone is trying to find their way through life. Forgiveness allows us to respond with kindness and understanding rather than anger or judgment. When we practice forgiveness, we create space for peace to flow into our hearts, and in turn, we spread that peace to the world around us. In Buddhism, the ultimate goal is to attain nirvana, a state of liberation and enlightenment. Forgiveness is a crucial step on that path. It's about letting go of the ego, letting go of our attachment to being right, and embracing the freedom that comes with peace. Forgiveness allows us to live more fully in the present moment, unburdened by past hurts. It brings us closer to the peaceful, compassionate, and joyful state of being that Buddhism teaches us to cultivate. In closing, remember that forgiveness is a practice, not a one-time event. It takes time, patience, and dedication. But as you practice, you will find that it becomes easier, and the benefits are profound. Your mind will feel lighter, your body will relax, and your heart will open. By forgiving, you are healing yourself, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The journey may not always be easy, but it is one worth taking. How to build a sustainable daily routine for long-term health. Let me share with you a simple truth. Your daily routine is the foundation of your life. Every choice you make, every habit you cultivate, shapes your body, mind, and spirit. In Buddhism, we learn that the path to long-term health is not about drastic changes or fleeting efforts, but about small, consistent steps taken with mindfulness and intention. Think about it. Your days are like beads on a string. Each bead adds to the length of your life. When you string together healthy, balanced days, you create a life filled with peace and vitality. But if your days are chaotic and full of stress, the string becomes tangled and your energy diminishes. The good news is that it's never too late to start building a routine that nurtures your well-being. First, let's focus on the morning. A mindful morning sets the tone for the entire day. Begin your day by taking a moment of silence. Before you check your phone or rush into tasks, simply sit still and breathe. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. This practice doesn't need to be long. Even 2 minutes of intentional breathing can calm your mind and prepare you for the day ahead. Next, consider adding gratitude to your morning. Think of one thing you're thankful for, no matter how small. Maybe it's the sunlight streaming through your window or the warmth of your cup of tea. This simple act shifts your perspective and fills your heart with positivity. Gratitude is a powerful force. It's like sunlight that melts away negativity. As you move through your day, bring mindfulness to your actions. When you eat, eat slowly. Notice the taste, texture, and aroma of your food. Buddhism teaches us to see eating as a sacred act that nourishes both body and soul. Avoid eating in a rush or while distracted, as this disrupts your connection to the present moment. Physical movement is another vital part of a sustainable routine. You don't need intense workouts or elaborate plans. Even a simple walk in nature can refresh your body and clear your mind. Pay attention to how your feet touch the ground, how the air feels on your skin, and how your body moves. This is not just exercise. It's a form of meditation that reconnects you with the earth. In the afternoon, set aside time for reflection. Pause and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Am I carrying tension or stress? Acknowledging your emotions allows you to release them. You might even journal for a few minutes, jotting down your thoughts and feelings. Writing can be a powerful way to process and let go. As the day winds down, create a peaceful evening ritual. Avoid screen time an hour before bed, as the light and noise can overstimulate your mind. Instead, light a candle, read a book, or practice gentle stretches. Let your body and mind know that it's time to rest. This signals to your system that it's safe to relax and recharge. Sleep is one of the pillars of long-term health. Treat it with respect. Make your sleeping space a sanctuary, clean, comfortable, and free from clutter. If your mind is restless as you lay down, try a simple Buddhist mantra or prayer. Repeating soothing words can calm your thoughts and ease you into a restful sleep. Consistency is the key to any routine. But remember, perfection is not the goal. Life is unpredictable, and there will be days when things don't go as planned. That's okay. The Buddhist path teaches us to be gentle with ourselves. If you miss a step in your routine, simply return to it the next day without judgment. A sustainable daily routine is not about adding more to your life. It's about aligning your actions with your values. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? More energy? Inner peace? A healthier body? Then build your routine around these intentions. Let every choice reflect your desire for well-being. Lastly, remember the importance of balance. Overworking or overloading yourself will only lead to burnout. Just as a plant needs sunlight, water, and fertile soil in the right proportions, you too need a balance of effort, rest, and joy. Make time for what nourishes your soul, whether it's spending time with loved ones, practicing a hobby, or simply enjoying the beauty of nature. By building a sustainable daily routine, you create a rhythm that supports your health and happiness. Each day becomes an opportunity to care for yourself, to connect with the present moment, and to grow in wisdom and compassion. Over time, these small steps will transform your life, bringing you closer to the harmony and balance that lies at the heart of the Buddhist path. Take this wisdom and apply it gently to your days. With patience and consistency, you will see the changes unfold, not overnight, but steadily, like a seed growing into a strong, healthy tree. This is the power of a mindful, sustainable routine. Conclusion: transforming your life through natural healing and Buddhism. So we've come to the final part of our journey together. But let me remind you, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning. You've traveled far, discovering how the timeless teachings of Buddhism can help you heal naturally, from your mind to your body, and even your soul. Now, let me guide you as we bring it all together. First, take a moment. Breathe. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. Isn't it beautiful? This simple act of breathing is life itself. And that's where healing begins, in simplicity, in awareness, and in the present moment. Think back to everything we've explored. Remember the power of mindfulness? By focusing on the here and now, you create space for healing to occur naturally. Remember the compassion we spoke about, not just for others, but for yourself? It's through compassion that we break free from pain and find peace. And let's not forget forgiveness, gratitude, and letting go of the past. All vital steps on this journey. You see, healing isn't about perfection. It's not about fixing what's broken. It's about returning to your true self, the self that's already whole, already enough. Buddhism teaches us that everything we need is within us. The peace we seek isn't in some faraway place or a future moment. It's right here, right now. Let me give you a simple example to help you remember this. Imagine a garden that has been neglected. The soil is dry, weeds have grown everywhere, and the plants look lifeless. But with care, water, sunlight, and time, the garden begins to bloom again. Your body and mind are like that garden. With the right practices, mindfulness, meditation, kindness, and natural living, you can nourish your inner garden and watch it thrive. Now, as we conclude this journey, let's talk about the most important step: action. Knowledge alone won't heal you. It's what you do with it that matters. Start small. Set aside a few minutes every day to meditate. Practice gratitude in the morning or before bed. Forgive someone you've been holding resentment toward, even if that person is yourself. Remember, healing doesn't happen overnight. Be patient. Trust the process. And when you stumble, and you will, because we all do, return to your breath. Return to the present moment. That's where healing resides. I want you to know that you are not alone in this journey. Every moment you take to care for yourself, to heal naturally, you are contributing to a larger wave of peace and compassion in the world. Your healing is not just for you. It's for everyone you touch, directly or indirectly. Now, as we wrap up, let me ask you something. How will you begin this journey today? What small step can you take to bring more peace, more healing into your life? Remember, it's the small, consistent actions that lead to the most profound transformations. Before we part ways, I want to express my gratitude to you for walking this path with me. It takes courage to look within, to heal naturally, and to trust the wisdom of ancient teachings in this modern world. You've shown that courage, and for that, I honor you. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% of viewers subscribe. If you found this journey meaningful, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, Wisdom Woven. Your support helps us continue sharing valuable insights and timeless wisdom with seekers like you. The Buddha once said, "Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, and faithfulness the best relationship." Carry these words with you as a reminder of what truly matters. And whenever you feel lost or overwhelmed, return to the teachings, the practices, and the wisdom we've shared. This may be the last part of this video, but it's not the end of your journey. The path of healing and self-discovery is a lifelong one, full of challenges but also immense beauty. Walk it with an open heart, and you'll find that the peace you seek has always been within you. Thank you for being here, for sharing this space, and for committing to your healing journey. Until next time, take care of yourself and the beautiful world around you. May you find peace, happiness, and health in every step you take.